team will go home with this trophy, the prize of March Madness. The boys AA tournament drive started March 10th, and it ends tonight, March 21st, 1998, right here live in Peoria. Today's coverage of the IHSA Boys Class AA Finals is proudly presented by Country Companies Insurance. When it matters most, the country's behind you. And by Pepsi. Nothing else is a Pepsi. Welcome to the Peoria Civic Center. I'm Ann Werner. Whitney Young is the favorite in the title game tonight. But as we all know, what makes March Madness so exciting is the exhilaration and the exhaustion that comes from Cinderella stories and from upsets. That's where Galesburg comes into play. Now, Galesburg is no surprise in this tournament, but they are the underdogs tonight. For a preview of tonight's game, let's go to Dave Ennett and Dave Kaplan in Carver Arena.
Thank you, Ann. Good evening again, everybody, from Carver Arena in Peoria. Not an empty seat to be found here as the top-ranked Dolphins of Whitney Young meet the Silver Streaks of Galesburg in this championship game. Whitney Young in Galesburg got here. Young defeating Quincy. Galesburg with a win over Maine West. And now tonight, we will crown a champion. Good evening again. I'm Dave Ennett with David Kaplan. Great excitement here tonight. What a matchup. Two of the top three teams in the state. And yes, Cap, Ann is right. Certainly Galesburg's an underdog, but anybody would be an underdog against this Whitney Young team.
Right. Whitney Young is one of the premier teams in all America. They have depth. They have the great player in Quentin Richardson to carry him through a rough spot. A floor leader in Cordell Henry. They can shoot the ball, and these guys are mentally tough. They are focused. They have one goal: to win a state championship.
Well, Galesburg has a great 1-2 punch with Joey Range and Rod Thompson. How about Range, has been averaging 22 points in the tournament?
Well, Joey Range showed us in the semifinal. He's got range from three. There you go, the play on his name. He also can rebound. He loves to get out on the fast break and find guys as well as complete the plays. He is a big-time player.
But speaking of big-time players, Quentin Richardson of Whitney Young.
Quentin Richardson, legitimately one of the top 5 or 10 in all America, having a great run through state tournament play. He did an unbelievable job yesterday. 32 points and 16 boards, 11 of them on the offensive glass. If he dominates like that tonight, Whitney Young will be getting rings and some hardware to take home.
It's been a year-long mission for Whitney Young, and they play for the championship tonight. And we'll be back to meet the players after this. Let's hear from the man who will coach the Whitney Young Dolphins one final time tonight. He's standing by with Eric Collins.
Yeah, thanks a lot, Dave. Well, George Stanton, you're going up against 2 All-Staters in Joey Range and Rod Thompson. How do you plan on defending those 2?
Well, we have some pretty good players in our own right. We're not worrying about who's All-Stater. It's a team game, and we're going to play a good team defense and hopefully be able to stop them.
The team look pretty loose?
You know, I don't know how loose they are, but I think they're ready to play.
Thanks for talking to us, George, and good luck.
Thank you.
That's George Stanton. Now let's go back to Dave. Dave?
All right, Eric, thank you. Whitney Young and Galesburg coming up. The championship is on the line. We're at Carver Arena in Peoria, the Class AA Championship about to be decided, and Eric Collins standing by now with Galesburg coach Mike Miller.
Thanks a lot, Dave. Well, Coach Miller, the big question is, how do you plan on stopping this Whitney Young Dolphin team? What's in the grab bag?
Well, I mean, it's such a challenge. You know, you can't stop everything. You're gonna have to, you know, pick and choose what we're gonna try to do. We're gonna try to stop some of the inside play. Hopefully, we can rebound a little bit better, and if we can make him shoot some jumpers and keep Cordell out of the lane, we think we got a shot.
Well, good luck.
Thank you.
That's Coach Miller. Now let's go back to Coach Dave and Coach Dave.
All right, thank you, Coach Eric. Mike Miller at the ripe old age of 31, bringing his second different school to the Class AA Championship. And right now, from Peoria, we will pause for our national anthem.
Ladies, at this time, we ask you to please stand and address the colors as they're presented by the St. Joseph Ogden Color Guard. And Michael Henry, a senior at Elgin High School, sings our national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Michael Henry, a senior. Half of the Illinois High School Association in the city of Peoria. Welcome to America's original March Madness. Tonight's Class AA championship game in Carver Arena features the Galesburg Silver Streaks 30-2 and the Chicago Whitney Young Dolphins a record of 29-1. Let's meet the starting lineups. And a forward for Galesburg is 6'5" senior number 34, Joey Range. And a forward for Whitney Young is 6'7" junior number 50, Christopher Clemens. The other forward for the Silver Streaks is 6'4" senior number 54, Mike Tapper. The other forward for the Dolphins is 6'6" senior number 34, Quentin Richardson. At center for Galesburg is 6'6" senior number 32, Rod Thompson. At center for Chicago Young is 6'8" senior number 44, Corey Harris. And a guard for the Silver Streaks is 6'1" senior number 12, Steve Glasgow. And a guard for the Dolphins, a 6'4" senior, 25, Dennis Gates. The other guard for Galesburg is 6' senior, number 22, Taylor Thiel. The other guard for the Dolphins, a 5'10" senior, number 4, Cordell Henry. Head coach at Galesburg in his 7th season, his second at Galesburg with a record of 52-8, Mike Miller. Head coach of the Whitney Young Dolphins in his 11th season, a record of 222-98, George Stanton. Officials for tonight.
George Stanton, who said his team was not terribly excited about, well, I'm sure they were excited, but winning the public league was not the be-all, end-all, and this is what they have been waiting for. Let's go quickly to Eric Collins.
Hey guys, a little bit of gamesmanship right off the top. Everyone knows that the Dolphins of Whitney Young like to take center stage and go right in the middle of the court. Galesburg knew it too. They tried to jump on the middle of the court before they did, just to see if they could get into the heads of the Dolphins really quick. So that's what that was all about, right in the middle of the floor.
And there's Joey Range, 34, who twisted his knee in the semifinal game this afternoon, was icing his knee after the game, but Cap, he looks to be okay, and I think everybody in the arena had a feeling he would be.
I was leaving the arena today. I was walking out with Tom Dorr, and there he was, and I said, "How you feeling?" He said, "Ready to go."
Well, we are ready to go. Whitney Young with the ball. Cordell Henry into the front court with it. Henry averaging about 9 points here in Peoria. Long three by Richardson off the iron. Clemens got it, but Rod Thompson controls for the Silver Streaks.
The key is going to be, can Galesburg rebound and keep Whitney Young from second chance opportunities?
Thompson from 15 away. Rebound Richardson. Richardson leads this tournament in scoring and rebounding. Henry. Got it. Cordell Henry, and then Tapper falls on him, knocks him down, no call.
Nice job, though, to get in the lane, get the shot up before a shot blocker can come.
There's Mike Tapper, 6'4", senior. Off the hands of Glasgow and out of bounds. Dennis Gates applying defensive pressure.
Well, what Whitney Young is going to do is get up in the passing lanes, Dave, and they're going to force Galesburg to go one side with their offense and not allow them to reverse the ball. If that happens, big problems for Galesburg.
Free by Henry off the iron. Thompson rebounds again.
The way the streaks are successful is they swing the ball side to side, whether it's a skip pass or around the top, and try and get their postmen opportunities inside.
Thiel with the three-pointer. Taylor Thiel with his 60th three-point field goal, and Galesburg leads 3-2.
He's their best three-point shooter. He's very quiet in the semis. He's got to step up here tonight.
Corey Harris shot out of bounds. And it will be Whitney Young ball. Gates will trigger right baseline. Richardson, Henry open for three. Short. Harris battling for the rebound. Range got it inbounds. Glasgow gets it back from range. Steve Glasgow's had a good tournament. 8 of 15 from three-point range. In the lane, Thompson over Harris. Richardson clears. 3-2, Galesburg off to the early one-point lead. Richardson for three, in and out. Gates flying in for the offensive rebound and a foul.
Well, I'll tell you what, I don't like the way Whitney Young has come out and attacked Galesburg offensively. That's not the shot George Stanton is looking for. He has an advantage inside with athleticism, quickness, and guys who can really get to the rim. They're settling for perimeter jump shots. That's not what they want. George Stanton saying, would you please run our offense?
First foul is called on Rod Thompson of Galesburg. And Gates, the jumper, too strong. Harris battling Tapper for the rebound on the weak side. Out of bounds, and it's Galesburg ball, and a 20-second timeout taken by young coach George Stanton. And Mike Miller and his Galesburg Silver Streaks off to a 3-2 lead.
Well, George Stanton is all over his guys saying, we are taking too many jump shots.
The broadcast rights to tonight's game have been granted to Fox Sports Chicago and Intersport Television by the Illinois High School Association. Any rebroadcast or reproduction of this event without the written consent of the IHSA, Intersport Television, and Fox Sports Chicago is prohibited.
The key for Galesburg is to do what they do well and then hope that Whitney Young does not take advantage of their strengths. That's exactly what's happened here, Dave, in the first 2.5 minutes.
Glasgow, standing dribble, off to Tapper. Range out on the perimeter, now in the corner. Thiel, another three-pointer, good again! Taylor Thiel.
They swung the ball, got it to the baseline. He is their best shooter, and Mike Miller said he's got to step up and take shots for us. If he misses, keep taking them, ring it up. He's got 2.
6-2. He has all 6 of their points. Harris, jump hook, good.
Tough shot. Nice job to turn away from the defense and get himself a shot opportunity. Good looking play.
Young within 2. Richardson knocked it away to Harris. Galesburg ball. We have a timeout. 4:53 to go. First quarter in this AA championship game. Galesburg leads by 2. 4:53 to go, first quarter. Galesburg has 6 points, and all 6 from Taylor Thiel.
Well, they do a good job. They swing the ball. It came from one side to the next. The defense has to shift. Nobody gets out on Taylor Thiel in time. Boom. You see him wink. He is excited. He is focused, and he is going to shoot the basketball a lot tonight from the perimeter.
Galesburg Thiel 2 for 2, and Whitney Young 0 for 4 from beyond the arc. 6-4. Here's Steve Glasgow, as we mentioned. Hey, alley-oop to Joey Range for the dunk. Nothing wrong with his kneecap.
Nope, he got up quick, elevated, and stuffed it home, and the Galesburg crowd's alive. But another opportunity to take the ball from one side of the floor to the next, and it opens up the backside. Great screen, great lob, great hoop.
Harris to Gates, give and go, and Dennis Gates has his first point.
Nice job, real good flash to the basket. You've got to find a guy when he cuts to the hoop. Good job.
2-point game, Range the jumper, got it.
He's feeling absolutely 100%, Dave.
as he has been throughout this tournament, I think, except for a brief spell this afternoon. Gates up top, Henry. 15-footer by Cordell Henry, bounces high up the back iron. Henry battling. Thiel for the rebound. It's Whitney Young ball.
Taylor Thiel was begging for that one to go Galesburg way. Good call. This is right on top of it.
Into the ball game, more Marquise Wright replacing Christopher Clemens. Wright, 6'9" senior. For Young. Torrey Harris. Thompson on him. Double down, go out to Henry. Now Gates. Henry finds Wright, the turnaround, banked in.
Nice job. Again, from side to side. Dennis Gates, you have to play him honest because he knocked the three down. That opens up to the inside because you can't double the post as quickly, and they got the shot opportunity.
10-8, Galesburg leading with the ball. Thiel bouncing into the corner to Joey Range. Sends it out to Tapper. He'll take a three. Richardson, head to Gates, spotting up for the three.
Tell you, you've got to respect what Dennis Gates can do. He's the ultimate role player, but he can get the job done from three.
And a fast break opportunity for Galesburg. Tapper finishes.
Nobody rotated. They watched the three-pointer, and then they were setting up to try and get into their half-court defense. Nobody respected the long pass.
Richardson, 0 for 3 from three-point range.
He's pressing. That is not the shot that Whitney Young wants. That's not what got them to Peoria.
Range in the lane. Jumper no. Here's Henry. Harris spin. Stripped of the ball. Loose on the floor. Picked up by Richardson. Stripped again. Tapper has it. Along the baseline. Galesburg has the ball.
George Stanton says, Q, what are you doing? He's just not focused offensively right now. There's a lot of pressure on that young man to deliver a state championship. Right now, he's not letting the game come to him.
Richardson scoreless thus far. 10 points in the first half of the semifinal game today. 13 points in the game. They didn't really need much scoring from him. Joey Range out to Glasgow for a three-pointer. Hits in the air. Launch. Richardson gets it.
Nice job on the glass by Quentin Richardson.
Now Gates, another three-point attempt. Bouncing high off the iron. Richardson, the offensive rebound, puts it back up. Too strong. Harris put it up. Richardson tipped in.
Boy, they are so active on the glass. I can't believe there wasn't contact in there. There's bodies all over the place. But the officials are going to let the players decide the basketball game. All the coaches can ask for is consistency at both ends. If it's going to be physical at one end, let it be physical at the other.
Tapper, the three-pointer. Mike Tapper, the 40% three-point shooter, doesn't shoot them all that often.
Well, we've got 2 threes out of Thiel, a 3 out of Glasgow. Now Tapper knocks down a 3. Whitney Young's making a tactical call to guard inside on the 2 stars. They're going to have to extend their defense.
Gates in and out. Back up by Harris. 9 and 15, final minute, first quarter. Here's Glasgow. Hands it to Joey Range. Then kicks it out. Tapper in the corner. Bounce to Range. And the Silver Streaks turn it over. Checking in for Galesburg is Bo Shea, 5'10", 150-pound sophomore, replacing Taylor Thiel. 34 seconds to go. Whitney Young playing for the final shot. They had a habit, Cap, in the semifinal of hitting these.
Well, in their only loss this year, they held the ball for almost 4 minutes of overtime, and it ended up costing them a ball game. They did not convert, and Lexington Catholic out of Kentucky was able to score at the end and win the ball.
Harris shooting over Thompson. Nope. Thompson rebounds. 2 seconds. Tapper goes in at the buzzer. And Galesburg leads after one.
Great job by Galesburg to look down the court and for Tapper to realize the clock's expanding, gets it up, scores it.
2-point Galesburg lead after one. We begin the second quarter at jam-packed Carver Arena, Peoria, Illinois. Last play of the first quarter.
Great job to look down the court and for him to have the presence of mind to get the ball up before the clock expires. Nice job by Galesburg. They came out, I thought, in that quarter and really executed their game plan. Whitney Young did not.
Mike Tapper, here's the alley-oop to range. It's tipped away by Richardson.
Fool me once. Nice job by Quentin Richardson. He didn't fight on that back screen again.
Henry, off-balance jumper. And a foul underneath on the rebound attempt. Called on Galesburg, on Rod Thompson.
This is Galesburg's 25th appearance in the state tournament. That's the second most in Illinois basketball history. Quincy High School with their appearance this year, number 29 to lead the way.
Corey Harris sitting down. 2 fouls now on Thompson of Galesburg. Silver streaks up by 2. Gates to Clemens. Outside to Wright. Wright will take a three-pointer. Got it. Maurice Wright.
That's what has to happen because there were 3 black shirts around Quentin Richardson. It appears as though Mike Miller has said someone else is going to have to beat us. I'm not letting that guy get 35 points to beat us.
That is only Wright's second three-point field goal of the year. Patrick Handel, 24. Plays Thompson, and it's taken away by Whitney Young. Richardson.
Great steal by Quentin Richardson. Presence of mind to step up and make the play.
15-footer by Wright, short. Battle for the rebound. And this time, it goes Galesburg's way. This foul called on Quentin Richardson.
Here's the entry pass to the post. That's presence of mind to come over and double the post and come up with the loose ball. Nice job by Quentin Richardson.
First foul on Whitney Young, called on that man. Young with a 1-point lead, 18-17. Tapper scored 7 points in the first as he launches a three. Good again. He only averages 5 points a game. He's got 10.
Again, they're packing it inside on range. They're trying to be very much an inside-oriented defense right now, and that's giving them good looks to the perimeter. Cordell Henry comes back. Same exact scenario. He buries the 3 for the Whitney Young Dolphins.
And Young back up by 1. 21-20. Hanlon, follow wing. Glasgow. Into the corner. Tapper's got the hot hand. Finally missed one. Clemens falling down.
Now, there's an open look. He's been hot. He misses it. It's right there, in and out. There's your rebound. And there's the travel. Now, some officials, you're allowed to fall down. Some officials will call that, some will not.
Tapper trying to shoot under Clemens. Muscled up a shot and drew contact.
Tapper did a good job with a head and shoulder fake, so the defender leaves his feet. Now you've got the contact created, and you hope for the three-point play. Too many times today in the semifinals, we saw guys not give that head and shoulder fake. And Rod Thompson, for example, blocking shots like that because no one got him in the air.
Tapper, a 76% free throw shooter, misses the first foul on Clemens, second team foul. Second free throw off the front of the iron. Richardson fighting hard for that rebound. 6 minutes to go. Second quarter. Young leading 21-20. Henry left of the lane, got it.
He is so quick. His quickness does a couple things for you. You can't handle him in the open court, and when he penetrates, you've got to respect it because he gets to the rim and then he finds a shooter or he gets a good look at the basket.
Range. Tapped back up by Glasgow, missed, rebounded by Richardson. Now up by 3. Nice screen by Clemens, out it goes to Wright, long jumper on the way. Too strong, inside rebound, it's kept alive by Richardson, and Wright has it, sends it out to Gates. Wide open look for Henry. Short. Here's Range. Standing in the open court. Finger roll. Nope. Gates out looks to Richardson.
Needed a jump stop in the lane, and then he can use the backboard, make any kind of a move he wants. He was a little out of control going to the rim.
Odell Henry will take the three. A fairly easy rebound there for Range.
Well, I can't tell you how surprised I am that Whitney Young is this out of sync offensively.
There's a chance for Whitney Young and a foul as Wright was making his way down the court. Foul by Handler.
Well, here comes your turnover. There's your steal. Good job. Get a hand up the passing lane. And here comes your foul. Whitney Young has got to establish what they want out of their offensive philosophy, and that has to start with getting Quentin Richardson involved.
4:35 to go, second quarter. Young leads 23-20. 4:35 to go, second quarter. Young leads Galesburg 23-20, and Eric Collins standing by with a man who knows all about the state championship game, right, Eric?
Yeah, these two teams are playing to knock up this man. 4 consecutive state championships for Peoria Manual. Wayne McLean, the key to this game from a champion's eyes, what do you see?
I don't know. It seems like the offensive boards. You know, both teams are doing a great job, but the team that controls the board seems like it's going to be the team that's going to do the best tonight.
And you beat Whitney Young last year in the quarterfinals. Is this a better Whitney Young team than last year?
Well, I definitely think so. Whenever you can mature a whole another year and come back with all those guys that played last year, it only makes you that much better.
Thanks for talking to us.
All right.
Wayne McLean, always a champion. Back to you guys.
Yes, indeed. Thank you, Eric. And Cap, Coach McLean mentioned offensive rebounds.
Boy, it's amazing. The stat look right now, 18-10 in terms of rebounds, 9-1 in favor of Whitney Young on the offensive glass. That is why, even though they have not played well, in fact, they are playing well below their standards, they do have a 3-point lead.
Gates in the lane. Harris. And the ball goes over to Galesburg. Foul called on Corey Harris. That's the first on Harris. Third team foul.
That is a shot opportunity. You get a big guy to flash into the lane. He gets a 6-footer and misses it. And that's just epitomized the woes that Whitney Young is going through right now, trying to establish some offense.
Taylor Thiel sends it out to Glasgow. Double team. Hanley dishing off. Out of bounds. Last touched by Whitney Young. There's Quentin Richardson. Just 2 points. With 3:40 to go in the second quarter.
He has done his job on the glass, though.
Oh, no question about that. Richardson with 8 rebounds already. Made away by Range.
Tough shot. Real good job to have body control because he didn't want to charge. There was a flop in there, and he really did a good job to get himself under control and make that shot.
3.5 to go. 1 point, Whitney Young lead. Here's Henry. Harris screening. Gates out in front. Bounces to Henry on the wing. Now back to Gates. Put it on the deck. Takes the jumper. 2-on-1 here for Galesburg. And Glasgow. Blocked by Gates.
That is prime time, winning through your defense. Wow. Dennis Gates timed that beautifully.
They call Gates the sheriff, and I think we see why on the defensive end. Clemens, and they cash in on it.
That's a huge 4-point swing. Huge.
Thompson.
There, Quentin Richardson gambled. George Stanton says, don't gamble inside, because when you gamble on a play like that with no help, you're going to get burned for a dunk.
1 point Young lead as we approach the 2-minute mark. Long 3 try by Gates. Richardson right there battling for the offensive rebound and the putback.
He is just a warrior on the glass. In spite of his lack of offense right now, he's doing a great job on the boards. And I got to believe he is such a good player, Dave. In the second half, his game will come alive offensively.
Beal has it taken away. Richardson helped make that happen. Shot of 2 minutes. Richardson off to Gates. His three-point attempt. Good this time for Dennis Gates.
Well, they did a good job moving the ball to the weak side. And by the time the Silver Streaks defense was able to react, he's already up in the air. He's an athlete. He shoots over the top of you. Boom, nails it.
90 seconds to go until halftime. 6-point Young lead, their largest. Into the corner. Beal for three. Short off the side. Gates. Henry over the line. Now Gates, another one as he elevates. Clemens going up for the rebound. And a foul. It's going to be number 2.
That's too quick a shot. Again, Whitney Young is coming down. Because you're open doesn't mean it's a good shot opportunity. You're not in rebounding position. Here comes the first pass across half court. Boom, it's going up for a three. That is not the look when you have enough talent inside with 6'6" and 6'7" and 6'9" that you can dominate around the basket if you're patient.
1 minute to go until halftime. 30-24. Young with a 6-point lead. Range. Great pass from Glasgow.
Great pass and a great catch. And rather than try and dunk it, he took the contact that was there. Soft shot got it to go.
Range now with 8. It's a 4-point game, 41 seconds to go. Let's see if Young holds here for the final shot. It appears they will.
Yes, they will. This is George Stanton's trademark. He does not usually in the final minute try and take a shot until the clock is just about out. And it burned them in the end of the first quarter. They took it maybe a couple seconds too quick, and it led to a fast break for Galesburg and a layup.
14 seconds to go. Gates. There's Clemens. In and out. Put back up once. Harris again. Nope. And a foul. On Tapper.
Now it's going to get physical the rest of the way. State championships riding on it. There you go. All the white shirts going hard to the glass and dominating 2 feet from the basket. In the second half, Dave, you've got to look at Galesburg. They had a physical semifinal, the second semifinal against Maine West, where Whitney Young has cruised through their first 2 games. Their legs are going to be fresher.
Corey Harris, a 56% free throw shooter, misses the first one. Marquise Wright has replaced Christopher Clemens, and Hanlon into the ball game, replacing Tapper for Galesburg.
Straight in. Hanlon's a shooter. He's got a lineup full of guys that have range on their jump shot.
And range. Harris makes the second free throw. 2.8 to go. Hanlon will inbound it. Length of the court. Tapped in the air. And that will do it for the first half. And we've got a good one in this AA championship game. Whitney Young leads, but their lead is 5 points, 31-26 over the Silver Streaks of Galesburg through the opening 16 minutes. Let's go to Eric Collins now.
Yeah, thanks a lot, Dave. Well, Coach, you're only down by 5 points now. Looked like you really made a commitment to try and stop Quentin Richardson. Was it working the way that you wanted?
Well, yeah, I mean, he really hasn't killed us yet like he can. You know, you got to stop something. We've given Cordell some shots just to try to keep Quentin off the boards. We still got a few putbacks. That's going to be our big emphasis in the second half.
Well, good luck. We wish you luck in the second half, Coach. Dave, take it away, both of you.
All right, thank you, Eric. So at halftime, Young leads 31-26. We'll be back with the presentations of the 3rd and 4th place trophies in a moment. Welcome back to Carver Arena. Dave Edit with David Kaplan. Halftime of this 1998 Boys AA Championship game. Whitney Young leads Galesburg 31-26. Earlier tonight, Quincy defeated Maine West in the 3rd place game, and it's time now for the presentation of the 3rd and 4th place trophies. And for that, we go to the public address announcer, Paul Herzog.
Tony Pisano of the Hotel Pierre Marquette, Pekin Athletic Director Kent Ayers, Peoria City Council members Camille Gibson and Bill Spears, Judge Glenn Collier and Patty Sterling, Mike Murphy, Joy Anderson, Glenn McCullough, Mike Nelson, James Polk, Eddie Matthews, Harold Burdess, and Paul Herzog from the Peoria business community. Thanks also to the Peoria Officials Association, the Bloomington Normal Officials Association, the schools and booster clubs of the Mid-State 6 and Mid-Illini conferences, the Bradley University Game Day crew, and the Bradley Sports Information staff. At this time, we direct your attention to mid-court for the presentation of the third and fourth place team and individual awards for the Class AA segment of America's Original March Madness. Presenting the medallions will be members of the IHSA Board of Directors attending tonight's game. They are President Dennis Garber of Hoffman Estates, Division II, Vice President William Wright of Savannah, Division IV, Secretary Gary Collins of Monmouth, Division VI, Craig Zeck of Downers Grove South, Division III, Catherine Flanagan of Chicago Manley, Division I, Patrick Sullivan of Roxana, Division VII, and Treasurer Ron Ganchenitz of Collinsville, Division VII. At this time, please meet the Warriors of Des Plaines Made West, who finished 1998 in fourth place with a record of 28-5. First, meet the principal of Maine West, Dr. Paul Leatham. Receiving for Mr. Leatham was Jody Bonemeyer, the vice principal. Athletic director, Dave Winter. Head coach, Jim Sullivan. Assistant coach, John Dernis. Assistant coach, Chuck Fabian. Assistant coach, Mike Godlewski. And assistant coach, Eric McNeil. Now the Warriors of Maine West. Bill Kirschbaum. Alfredo Jimenez. Eric Olmstad. David Griffin. Bart Fabian. Tony Jimenez. Mike Moser. Brian Rust. Jamie Jewett. Andy Lightfoot. Dave Mickelson. Kevin Fry. Lucas Johnson. Brian Regan. And Brad Alessi. The Warriors of Maine West, fourth place, Class AA state.
And Cap, one thing about Maine West.
At this time, please meet the
throughout. They were really valiant fighters, and we saw it again last night, and even right down in the third place game tonight, they were battling at the end.
When you talk about battling, you just saw Lucas Johnson with 13 stitches above his eye. And you talk about a kid that's tough. He went into the locker room yesterday, got 13 stitches. His coach, Jim Sullivan, told us, I wasn't going to play him. And his parents are here. They said, it's your call. The doctors said there's no problem. He jumped over the bench. He went up to Jim Sullivan, pulled his warm-up off. He said, I'm in, and ran right by him and put himself in the game. And Jim said, hey, they're all in agreement. Go ahead.
And, of course, they went on to defeat Fenwick and then fell earlier today in the semifinals against this Galesburg team. And right now, Quincy, the Blue Devils, being honored with the third place presentation.
Of course, Quincy, 29 appearances in the state tournament. That includes super sectionals because the Sweet 16 is a state tournament appearance, more than any other school in the history of the great state of Illinois. Galesburg 25, Collinsville, Stephen Decatur, and Moline all at 24. Elgin this year made their 23rd appearance, and Centralia this year their 22nd appearance. In addition, Galesburg and Quincy, this year, the first time since 1979 that two teams from the same conference have won placed in the state tournament.
The Western Big Six. What a conference that is.
Unbelievable.
Coach Wallace there.
Corey Douglas. Luis Rivas.
Luis Rivas had a fine
Kevin
tournament.
Douglas.
He was our Lincoln Mercury player of the game in the third place game tonight.
And Ryan Kelly.
He is a fine interior player, and I'll tell you what, you see him there in a long sleeve shirt, but if you watch the games, he has got the most defined, well-built shoulders and arms we've seen come through this building in a long time.
Yep, he's hit the weight room.
So the Maine West Warriors step up to receive the 4th place trophy.
So now the 4th place trophy.
Congratulations to the Warriors of Maine West. How will Coach Lauren Wallace and the captain of the Quincy Blue Devils step forward to receive the 3rd place trophy.
You know, it's interesting that everyone looks at the trophy, then they kind of put it away in the trophy case and forget about it until you go back to the school and you look 10, 20, 30 years down the road. There's that piece of history sitting there that you were one of the best teams in the best state for prep basketball.
They are not going to forget this one. We'll be back with more from Peoria. 31-26, Young leads Galesburg here at halftime. We're getting set for the 3rd quarter of this 1998 championship game. Let's take a look at first half highlights.
Well, Taylor Thiel, a guy who's got to make big shots tonight. Early, knocked down a couple of trays, gives a wink to his guys, says, let's get into the ballgame. And then there's Glasgow range. The alley-oop and the flush really energized the streaks early in the ballgame. Dennis Gates, though, shows you he's got range on his jump shot. Nothing but twine. Mike Tapper, an unlikely source for offense. Here you go as the clock runs down. Nice job to beat the buzzer. That was the end of the 1st quarter. And then Joey Range. Quentin Richardson inside, around Range and Rod Thompson. And Joey Range, a runner in the lane. Good job not to charge. And then Dennis Gates, one more time. Nothing but the bottom of the net. Dennis Gates, a big key here in the 2nd half.
5-point Young lead. Back with the 3rd quarter in a moment. Dolphins lead the Silver Streaks 31-26 at halftime. Our Ameritech first half stats: 50% shooting by Galesburg, 35% by Young. But Cap, look at the offensive rebounds.
That's the key. Quentin Richardson's been a big part of that offensive rebounding. 23-13 overall, but 12-1 on the glass on the offensive end.
And at halftime, it's Young leading 31-26. Back with the 3rd quarter after this. We're set to go. 3rd quarter. Young leads Galesburg 31-26. And Whitney Young will have the ball to begin the 2nd half.
16 minutes to a new state champion.
There's Quentin Richardson. Richardson, 4 points in the 1st half. Gates leads Young with 8 points.
First 2 minutes will be very important how Whitney Young executes their offense. Do they get back to what they did the first 2 games and what got them here? Or are they going to continue to play a passive perimeter game? If that's the way it's going to be, if Galesburg makes shots, they're going to be a state champ.
Harris, Richardson, out to Henry. And outside, Richardson. Short, off the side, Thompson rebound.
Well, I'm just dumbfounded that that's the best shot opportunity that they're going to get. You've got to run your offense, especially the first possession. Get everyone's sea legs back under him. I'm just surprised that Whitney Young is out of focus this much, this quickly out of the locker room.
Glasgow, in and out. Tapper got it back. That is only the second offensive rebound in this game for Galesburg.
And it creates a foul situation. There's the jump shot. Tough shot on the move. Almost gets it to go down. Good job, and there's your foul on Quentin Richardson. That is his second.
First foul of the second half, and Tapper at the line. Let's go to Eric Collins.
Yeah, guys, coming out of the locker room, I talked to George Stanton of Whitney Young, and he didn't seem to be fazed by the fact that Quentin Richardson had time. He flatly said, we won games without a lot of offensive production from Quentin before, but I can't imagine he'd like that type of shot that Quentin just took a moment ago. Back to you guys.
Didn't think so. It's a 3-point game, 31-28. Tapper down with 12.
Well, he just ran by George Stanton, and George just glared at him, and Quentin said, I know. But this has been going on now all the first half and the first possession of the second half. And at some point, he's going to have to realize what the coach is saying is correct.
Henry. And Cordell Henry makes something happen. Count the basket, and he'll step to the free throw line.
Well, this is a nice job by Cordell. And there he is off the dribble. He gets the ball up. I don't see where the contact is. Rod Thompson looks around and says, who fouled him?
They called it on Taylor Field. Henry completes the three-point play. He's into double figures with 10. And Young equals its biggest lead, 6 points. Range. Now draws the foul. Clemens. It's going to be number 3 on Clemens.
Marquise Wright, the 6'9" senior, will come in. But how nice is it when George Stanton can look down his bench and say, okay, I've got to take the 6'7" senior out, so I'll bring the 6'9" senior who doesn't start into the ball game, and he's got a wonderfully talented freshman, Najib Eccles, on the bench at 6'7".
Tapper receiving the inbounds pass is fouled by that 6'9" senior. And he'll step to the free throw line. There's Clemens on the bench. Hearing a few words from his coach. Tapper missing the first.
Well, that is Cyrus McGinnis, and it has not yet been announced. He will be named the new head coach at Whitney Young. He was a fine player in his day at Simeon High School, and a longtime assistant to George Stanton, and it will be announced shortly in the next week or so. He will replace George as the brand new head coach, George retiring after a long career at Whitney Young.
Tough act to follow, but clearly a very worthy candidate.
Yes, very popular with the players.
Richardson. The three in and out by Henry. He got it back. 15-footer, nope. Tipped in by Richardson.
What a tip. Great job by Quentin Richardson on the offensive glass. Real good job to keep that alive, and he got it to go down.
Biggest lead for Young, 7 points. But not for long. Thompson the three.
Well, that was a quick shot. And I'm sure that's one of the ones Mike Miller says, no. Great shot, Rod.
Thompson, that was his 50th three-point attempt. He's made 27. He didn't step out on the floor and shoot that. A look pass, Harris to right, couldn't get it to fall. Richardson battling underneath. And Galesburg commits the foul.
A lot of contact inside. Now there's the double on the post. Nice job on the cut by Marquise. And then here's Quentin Richardson. Very active. There's the foul. Nice job by Richardson again on the offensive glass. See, the problem Galesburg's having is they are watching the ball come off the rim rather than when the shot goes up, find a body, check him out, and then go get the ball. That's how you fundamentally rebound. That's what Quentin Richardson does.
Richardson at the line for the first time tonight. He's a 79% free throw shooter. But 92% in this tournament this weekend. He is now 12 of 13 from the line in Peoria. That's pretty good. Those are David Kaplan numbers.
Right. On the Papa shot machine, maybe.
Well, don't knock that. Tapper for three. And right the rebound.
That's too quick a shot for Galesburg.
It's a 6-point Young lead as we approach the 5-minute mark of the third quarter in this 1998 Boys Class AA championship game. Najib Eccles, the freshman, 33 in there. Richardson. And Range comes away with it. Some numbers here. Back to Range.
Nice job in transition. Real good job by Range not to charge, and he never got too close to the passer, so he kept the floor spread and the defender couldn't play two men. Nice job.
Nice job by Taylor Thiel as well on that break. Eccles. Henry in the lane, the runner in and out. Richardson, the offensive rebound. Nope. And Range, what a force he is underneath there where they need somebody to assert themselves against Young. And the three by Glasgow, and air ball.
Blocked, I think, partially by Dennis Gates. Now he runs through the court, and they reward it. Great job on the recognition factor from defense to offense.
I think you're right. I think he got a hand on that one.
And then he took off, and they got him.
10 points now for Gates. Thompson fires, and the foul. Tough shot by Rod Thompson.
The key to that whole play is if the double team is going to come. Now here comes the entry pass. There's the double team. He reacts away from the double team. The third man doesn't get over in time to trap the post. That's Marquise Wright. It gives him the baseline and it creates the foul situation. Very astute play by Rod Thompson to spin away from the double team.
And it's a 3-point game. 3:56 to go, third quarter. Young leads 40-37. You're watching the championship game on Fox Sports Chicago. Whitney Young leading Galesburg 40-37. And take a look at this.
That's a heck of a rebound. Joey Range, and he gets right out of the pack before they can trap him, and now they get the ball back to him. Real nice job to get away from Dennis Gates, no charge, get it on the glass and score it.
Joey Range with 10 points, 30% shooting by Young, 50% by Galesburg here in the third quarter.
One other thing we have to credit Joey Range for his defensive play tonight on Quentin Richardson. They have taken some bad shots, but Joey Range has also done a very good job at denying the ball inside to Quentin Richardson.
And Gates hitting the jumper. He now has 12. He leads Young, and it's 42-37, back to a 5-point Whitney Young lead. And working around to Thiel. Top Thompson. Richardson. Now Gates. Send it to Henry. We approach the 3-minute ball.
Good battle inside. Range and Richardson.
Eccles. Now back to Henry. 3 minutes to go. Nice screen set by Eccles. Henry goes back to Eccles with it.
Whitney Young's a little bit out of sync right now. Nobody is, excuse me, in their spots, and they're not getting anything out of their half-court offense right now. Everything's on a freelance move.
Gates on the drive draws the contact. Steve Glasgow. It's his first. The third team foul. Patrick Hanlon will come on. Number 24. Capper will sit down.
Tell you how good Whitney Young is, though. They have played below their standards. Galesburg, I think, is playing a very good basketball game, and it's a 6-point lead for Whitney Young without getting much production at all from Quentin Richardson.
Corey Harris in. Steve Eccles out. Gates. In and out. Richardson out. Left Thompson for it. Blocked by Range.
Big time block. Nice job by Range.
And Range at the other end on the receiving end of that pass from Glasgow. And Galesburg won't go away. It's a 4-point game.
Joey Range is a warrior. He is playing an excellent basketball game tonight in every facet.
Count the basket for Dennis Gates.
Mike Miller is talking with his staff, and he told me before the game, we're trying to figure out what we can take away from them, that they're going to get something else. Can it beat us? There you see Dennis Gates. Well, you take Richardson away. You try and take away the inside game in terms of their scoring on the low block. They've done most of that, but they haven't been able to stop the rebounding. They haven't been able to stop Cordell Henry penetration, and Dennis Gates has stepped up. That's a lot to try and take away from one team.
He now has 16, and it's a 7-point Whitney Young lead as we approach the 2-minute mark of the third quarter.
Galesburg has got to move the ball. Swing it to the other side of the floor. They're too left-hand dominant right now. There you go.
Field, range in the corner. Leans in, fires. Harris, fouled from behind by Joey Range.
A lot of physical play going on over here. Joey Range looks at the official and says something, but no doubt about the foul. That's probably a good acting job. Nice job by the officials not to call the charge there, and then there's the foul on the hack.
First foul on Joey Range, who got into some foul trouble against Centralia, but they were able to win with Range on the bench. Milo passing Harris to Richardson, missed, and Range rebounds. Range shovels outside, 3 on the way by Thiel, good, his third of the game.
Well, they will not go away. Every time Whitney Young starts to build up a nice working margin, they had it to 7, boom, a 3, and it's back to 4.
Thiel, 3 out of 4 from 3-point range now. 1 minute to go, third quarter. Gates fires, got it again. Dennis Gates is on fire.
He is really stepped up his game offensively. Somebody's going to be the hero tonight. It appears right now it's going to be Dennis Gates.
Gates with 10 points in the third quarter, 6-point Whitney Young lead. Final minute of the quarter. Tapper.
I would not be surprised to see Mike Miller just play for one shot here. There you go. Back it out. His guys played the late semi. They had the tougher road to the finals, so let your guys rest. Get a break here and see what you can do with one shot opportunity. At the worst, you walk in down 6 at the end of 3 quarters. At the best, probably down 3.
That's a great point, Cap. Whitney Young played the early game today, and given the score, they were able to get their... They wanted to shake some rust off, and now Range starts to go. 4 seconds, chance for Young. Bounce to Gates for the dunk. And that will do it for the third quarter.
Well, you don't want a freelance move, dribbling into 3 guys. George Stanton screaming double, double, double. They doubled Joey Range, created the turnover. Get the easy basket.
8-point lead after 3. 8 minutes to go in the season. Whitney Young leading Galesburg. Here's how the third quarter ended.
Well, Joey Range dribbles into 3, almost 4 guys. And there's the run the floor, you get rewarded. They find Gates, he gets the flush at the buzzer.
Gates 10 points in that third quarter, and Young with an 8-point lead. Range. Joey Range with 14.
Nice job, head and shoulder fake. He got the defenders in the air. When they came down, he went up, and he got himself an easy hoop. Good job by Range.
Cordell Henry. Harris tries to go around Thompson, steps on the baseline.
See, the #1 principle of George Stanton's half-court offense is don't try and make something out of nothing. Take what the defense gives you. There, he tried to make something out of nothing. They did a good job defending the post, and he stepped out of bounds.
How about that? 8 turnovers by Galesburg, only 3 here by Whitney Young.
Taylor Field wants to get free. Give himself a look at the basket from 3.
Galesburg has played 15 ranked opponents.
They are looking for Taylor Thiel, see if he can get a 3 or get something inside.
In the corner, Thompson for 3. Thompson doesn't put a lot of arc on that shot, but he sure can make them.
No, when he hits it, it's nothing but net. A low shot like that, you're not going to get roll. But you don't need roll when you get all twine.
Gates made away. No. Thompson rebounds. Galesburg can pull to within 1 or tie with a 3.
It's a 1-2-2 set offensively here, and they are going to look to see if they get Thompson a shot.
Well, they got him a shot.
Might have been a little quick. He was not squared to the basket.
Ball came to Richardson. Henry jogs into the front court with it with just over 6 minutes to go in regulation. Richardson has it poked away by Range. Henry got it back. And a dunk by Quentin Richardson.
Real good job by Cordell Henry because that ball was loose. There was a steal opportunity. He hustled to the ball, got it on the glass, and then Quentin Richardson did his thing on the offensive boards.
5.5 to go. 52-47. Whitney Young leading Galesburg. There's Thiel for 3. Good again!
I can see it, Dave, the last 3 minutes. They have looked for Taylor Thiel, and they said, you know what? If they don't respect you, you take the shot. If they flash out on you, look inside. He got a clean look, and he buried it.
Thiel with 4 3-pointers in the game. He's missed but 1.
Well, the Quincy fans are up cheering on their conference counterparts.
The Western Big Six. What a conference that is. The runner by Henry. Richardson underneath.
Great players find a way to get the job done. His shot's not there tonight. He's not in the offensive flow. He is killing on the glass.
4-point Young lead. 4.5 minutes remaining. Fourth quarter. Right, went for the steal, knocked it out of bounds. We have a timeout. 4:25 to go, fourth quarter. The state championship on the line. Young leads Galesburg by 4. Quentin Richardson has scored the last 4 points for Whitney Young.
Well, here comes a shot block opportunity. There they go. Good job by Range, gets a hand in. Now he gets a shot block. So a steal, a shot block. But when he goes for the shot block after trying to create the steal opportunity, he's not there to box out Quentin Richardson. He goes hard to the rim, and he gets the tip flush. Range did all he could. He got the ball free, a steal opportunity. Henry, Johnny on the spot, comes up with it. Then he gets the block shot, but nobody checks off Quentin Richardson, and he gets the dunk. 54-50. 4:25 left. It does not get any better than this, Dave Bennett.
Boy, you can say that again. Range with 14, Richardson 12. But look at the rebounding edge. 17-5 by Richardson. By Richardson rather, over Range. 4:20 to go. Glasgow. Thompson, top of the key. Now to Glasgow.
Range wants it bad inside.
And he's got it. And Range will step to the line.
He is working so hard on the low post, Joey Range. He's demanding the basketball. And look at him. Gives a nice target hand down low. Just give me the ball on a bounce pass. There's your contact. Real good job to get him the ball in the scoring area.
Joey Range. His first free throw of the night. 65% free throw shooter. He's got 15 points in the game. I imagine you got a lot of Iowa Hawkeye fans tuning in to take a look at Joey Range and Rod Thompson. They got to like what they see.
They have to love what they see. 2 very good players.
Rebound Harris.
That is not the shot opportunity they wanted. I don't think he realized how far on the floor he was.
54-51. Young nursing a 3-point lead. A year ago, Whitney Young was 28-1, losing in the quarterfinals here to Peoria Manual. They They've already won one more game than they did last year, but this is the one that matters.
Good battle again. Here we go. Joey Rain, Quentin Richardson down on the low block.
Henry, standing dribble. Galesburg is almost a home team down here. Galesburg's only about an hour from Peoria. They're very well, both these teams very well represented here.
It's a gutty move by George Stanton, taking the air out of the basketball, really not running his offense to score right now.
And you talked about their lone loss to Lexington, Cap, where
he did the same thing in overtime, and it came back and burned him. And I asked him about it, and he said, "I'd do it again." That's what he believes in.
Harris back out to Henry. 2:40 to go. Gates, Richardson, looking to post up, turns. Quentin Richardson.
Good job. He couldn't get a double over to him. Real nice job. They got him the ball. There couldn't be a double. Now Richardson comes up with the shot block, the steal, and he's fouled. What a great sequence from a great player. One of the 10 best in America.
And look how he elevates on this block, Cap.
Now here he comes.
Well, here's the basket.
You can't get the double there. Real good job. They did a nice job to get him the ball in the scoring area. No double team that they've had all night. Now here's the shot block, and he comes up with it before it goes out of bounds, and there's your foul on Tapper.
Great play. Tapper's third foul. And now we approach the 2-minute mark. 5-point Young lead. Richardson. He's trying to knock it away. Thompson and Rain converge on Richardson underneath, and Thompson fouls him.
Well, he does a nice job here. Now here comes the double team. There's Range, there's Thompson. Boom, he turns the corner. Now the double team's late, and they can do nothing but foul. When the ball is below the free throw line extended, you have to play on the low side of the low post man. I'm talking from a defensive perspective. You've got to guard below free throw line extended on the low side. Instead, Range is caught on the high side. Thompson comes to double on the high side. That leaves the baseline open. You've got two guys on your back. At the worst, you're going to go to the line and shoot free throws.
Third foul on Thompson. Richardson has now scored the last 8 points, and Young has opened a 7-point lead with exactly 2 minutes to go. Field. Range saved it in the corner.
Galesburg's got to get a great shot opportunity.
Roscoe have to get rid of it.
You get a hold inside.
Yep, it's called Marquise Wright.
Holding Joey Rains as he's trying to post up. But that's the beauty of having a Bulls-like attack of a three-headed monster. George Stanton can go to so many big bodies inside.
Thompson for three. Good. And it's a 4-point game. Thompson's third three-pointer of the night.
All right, now let's look at the three again. When you come out to contest a shot, you must put a hand up. Here comes Quentin Richardson. No hand up. Get a hand up, because anything you do is better than keeping your hands at your side. He got a clean look, Rod Thompson. I don't know why he didn't come out and at least try and challenge the shot. The hands never leave his waist. You give him a clean look. At least put something up so you try and confuse the shooter.
That team has been waiting a year for this opportunity. And this team won't go away. And regardless of how this turns out in the next 90 seconds or beyond, this has been a terrific basketball game. I think the folks here in this building know that fellow too.
Sergio McLean. He's obviously been working in the weight room, because he's got a physique on him. He's got, there you take a look at him.
Yeah.
He was a much bigger man last year in terms of his weight. He has slimmed down and played in that up-tempo system that Lon Kruger uses at Illinois.
You had a chance to watch a future teammate in action tonight, Lucas Johnson.
talk about emotions in the state tournament game. There's also an emotional aspect for Galesburg. One of their teammates, Jason Wessels, who was on this is a member of the basketball team, got sick in December with a strain of meningitis. He is sitting on the bench in a wheelchair. He got sick back around Christmas time, Dave, and had to lose both legs from the knee down and his fingers. And I talked to him today, a wonderful young man. Says, I'm going to coach. He gets his prosthesis on Friday, and that emotion has really played a large part in Galesburg's success through the state tournament. As you get a look, there is Jason Wessels, just a wonderful young man. We wish him great success.
We spoke to him last night during the quarterfinals. And he's enjoyed every minute of it down here in Peoria this weekend. Great inspiration. We'll host the final minute. And Young turns it over. Gates stepped on the sideline.
Now, this possession, minute 2 to go. It's a 4-point game. Galesburg needs to be very patient what they do with their offense and give it 10, 15 seconds to develop so they get a good shot. They don't need the first pass and a 3 unless that's the best shot opportunity that they think they can get.
Taylor Thiel is back in there. He's got the ball. He'll take it. Richardson rebounds.
That's a contested 3.
He had a hand in his face.
And nobody around the rim to rebound.
Inside of 40 seconds. Tapper with the foul. His 4th. There's Mike Miller. The head coach at 24, coached in the championship game at the ripe old age of 26.
31 years of age. Looks like he's about 21 years of age, but he's been twice to the final. He is a heck of a coach.
Half a minute to go. Galesburg down by 4 with the ball. Here's Thompson. Draws the foul. Blocking foul ball on Quinn Richardson.
Well, there's a pass, and here comes the dribble drive. He gets himself to the basket. Quentin Richardson with the body and the foul. That's a shot, though. Rod Thompson is going to be kicking himself.
Timeout is taken by Whitney Young with 28.1 seconds to go. Mike Miller will take advantage to talk things over with his Galesburg Silver Streaks. 28.1 seconds remaining. Whitney Young looking for its first state championship, leading by 4, 58-54. Let's go to Eric Collins.
Hey guys, here in the Galesburg huddle, Mike Miller says he's going to go full court man-to-man after these free throws, and they have information that Cordell Henry and Corey Harris are the 2 men to foul. They've been trying to foul them the last 2 times down the floor. One time the ball got knocked away, and they were very fortuitous. They picked up the other time they had to foul Quentin Richardson. He missed that one. So 2 times the guys they tried to foul, they couldn't get it, but they still had positive things happen for the streaks. Back to you guys.
All right, Eric, thank you.
Nice job, Eric. He gets down in the huddle, and you get to hear the heat of the moment, what Mike Miller is saying. A lot of people look at free throw numbers and they say, we don't want to foul him. He's a 90% free throw shooter. What a lot of coaches use now is what you do in the final 2 minutes of a game where the spread is within 5 points, because it's totally different. When you shoot free throws with a big lead, you're relaxed. When you shoot free throws late in the game with a close working margin, it's a different number. And there are a lot of guys that may be poor free throw shooters on the surface that you want on the line because you know they're clutch players. Cordell Henry as a point guard, I think, is a better free throw shooter when the game is on the line than Galesburg's given him credit for.
Thompson. It's in a 3-point game. It's a 2-point Whitney Young lead. 58-56. Hanlon checks in for Galesburg.
Well, here they go man-to-man full court, and they break the press with a baseball pass.
Richardson for the dunk. 24 seconds to go. And Wright steals it.
That's over and back. It's got to be over and back. It's got to be over and back. Absolutely.
You call it, Cap, over and back.
That's a great call. It had to be over and back because they threw it to a guard. His last point that he was contact with the court was the backcourt. There he goes. He leaves the backcourt. He's a backcourt player. He comes down in the front court. He had never made contact till he touched the ball. It's an over and back. That is a great call by an official who belongs, obviously, in the state championship game.
Tapper into the corner. Glasgow trying to get free. Tapper trying to dump it to range. Thompson back behind the three-point line, puts it up. Short off the front, 3 seconds, 2 seconds, 1.8 to go.
And they can warm up the bus.
The
Whitney Young
celebration is beginning.
is taking home a state championship trophy. It has been a marvelous basketball game, and Galesburg is to be commended. Whitney Young, they have pointed toward this moment since they were beaten a year ago by Peoria Manual in the quarterfinals. George Stanton's final game as a head basketball coach. He goes out with a title.
What a way to go out. Those players have been ranked #1 in the state the whole season.
The first public league team to win a state championship other than Landon Cox and Martin King since 1984. Ben Wilson on Bob Hambrick's great Simeon team. A lot of public league teams have tried. Only King had succeeded until Whitney Young got it done.
Whitney Young has captured the Illinois Boys AA Championship for 1998, and the long wait has ended.
Galesburg's to be commended as well. They played a great basketball game.
Stay with us. Plenty of post-game coverage coming up. The presentation of the trophies. Whitney Young, your 1998 Illinois AA champions. Welcome back to Carver Arena in Peoria. I'm Dave Bennett with David Kaplan. Whitney Young has captured the 1998 Boys Class AA championship, defeating Galesburg 61-56. Dennis Gates leading the way for Whitney Young in this championship game. Gates finishing with 20 points. Quentin Richardson, 16 points, and a great job on the glass by Quentin Richardson. And the sadness for Galesburg,
that was Jason Wessels. Young man we told you about, and we do have to say, George Stanton took the gate proceeds, a portion of each ticket sold for their Farragut game, and donated that money to the medical expenses and the fund that had been set up for Jason Wessels. I think that's an interesting story because it shows you the class of George Stanton, people from all over the state, the Duncan Reeds at Rock Island, and coaches everywhere, too numerous to mention, and schools and people have stepped up to help this young man, and we wish him nothing but great success.
Indeed. Great gesture by Whitney Young. But right now, the Dolphins are celebrating the championship. As you mentioned, Cap, the first public league championship since Chicago King in 1993. And ironically, the coach who found himself on the losing end of that one was Mike Miller with his Rockford-Guilford team. But tonight, happiness for Whitney Young. And let's go right now to Eric Collins with a very happy George Stanton.
George, first of all, congratulations, an incredible performance by your team.
Thanks a lot. You know, they deserve all the credit. These guys hung in there. Things weren't really going our way, but they didn't quit. As we preach about not doing, and they kept gutting it out until things swung our way, and we were able to forge slowly ahead. But, you know, Galesburg didn't go away, and we knew they weren't going to go away. We just kept coming up with play after play, you know, and everybody played. Marquise Wright came in and really did a great job for us and helped us a lot. And Cordell and Quentin Q and Corey, they always play hard. All the guys in there did well, and the result was what we were hoping for.
You didn't mention Dennis Gates. Now, I know at the end of the regular season, you said he was one of the keys to the postseason. Can you talk about his performance?
Well, Dennis had a great performance. He hit some tough shots for us when they were doubling, tripling on Q. Cordell, they started getting out on Cordell. And the big guys weren't really having a good game inside. So he started penetrating in the gaps. And they were on him a lot of times, but he, my principal loves us. We got the sportsmanship award the second time in a row.
Everything's coming your way nowadays.
Well, we deserve that. Our kids are great. The school is great. I mean, the student body acts great. The kids, we've been great in the hotel. But you know, Dennis is a warrior, as I try to get all my guys to be. And he's underrated by a lot of people, but we know how valuable he is.
I'll tell you what, George, I want you to enjoy every moment of this, so I'm going to leave you be. Congratulations.
Thank you.
That's George Stanton, the victorious George Stanton, on his way out at Whitney Young. But what a way to go out. Guys, back to you.
Oh, you could say that again, Eric. Right now, let's go to the public address announcer for the presentation of the awards.
Secretary Gary Collins of Monmouth, Division 6. Craig Zeck of Downers Grove, Division 3. Catherine Flanagan of Chicago Manley, Division 1. Patrick Sullivan of Roxana, Division 7. And Treasurer Ron Ganschnitz of Collinsville, Division 7. At this time, please meet the Silver Streaks of Galesburg, who finished 98th, second in the state with a record of 30-3. First, meet the principal of Galesburg High School, John Browning. Athletic Director, Mike Robson. Head Coach, Mike Miller. And now the Silver Streaks, Jason Wessels.
There's Jason Wessels. What an emotional moment this is.
What a great
Kevin
kid.
Hyman.
Talked to him today, and he said, I'm getting my prosthesis on Friday. I'm going to coach and
Brian
teach.
Wood.
And maybe I'll even be a radio TV broadcaster.
Steve Glasgow.
There's Steve Glasgow, who
Bo Shea.
is scoreless in this game tonight.
Played a good tournament, though.
Yeah, they played a great tournament, and that
Taylor Thiel.
speaks well to the defense played by Whitney Young.
They've got such quickness on the perimeter. Dennis Gates and Cordell
Patrick
Henry.
Henley.
They do a very good job at taking things away. Glasgow played an outstanding game in the semifinals. Shot
Toby
the ball well.
Landholm.
They took that away tonight. Taylor Thiel, though, did step up, make his shots when he had them.
Rod Thompson.
Rod Thompson knows all about Whitney Young. He competed against them. He is a transfer, moved down to Galesburg, played at Chicago Carver
Joey
prior to
Range.
coming into Galesburg area.
There's Joey Range. And he and Thompson will both
Lorenzo
be headed
Pugh.
to Iowa.
Alfonso
So a
Pugh.
lot of guys on the floor tonight, Cap, who I think we're going to be seeing a lot of in Division I college basketball.
Going to schools all over the country. Dennis Gates
Travis
has not
Hull.
yet made a college choice, and I know there are a lot of coaches watching tonight via satellite throughout the country.
Nick
Dennis
Young.
Gates can play at any school in America. He has excellent grades. They get a look at him right there.
John Thompson.
He's our player of the game. He could play at any school in America at any level.
Mike Tapper.
Well, since you mentioned that, there he is, our Lincoln Mercury player of the game, Dennis Gates. What a job. 20 points, 8 of 15 shooting,
Manager
4
Derek
rebounds,
Chrisfield.
a block, a steal, just for good measure. And
And manager Kevin
certainly
Trubla.
we should give an honorable mention to Quentin Richardson with 18 points and
The second
20
place,
rebounds,
Galesburg
10
Silver
offensive,
Streaks.
10 defensive.
But I don't know if he had a shot outside of 3 feet from the basket that he made. He took some, he didn't knock him down. George Stanton very, very direct with him early in the second half,
At this time, please meet
and
the
he got
Dolphins
himself
of Chicago
inside
Whitney
where he
Young,
needed
who
to be
finished the
tonight,
98 season
and he
first
did a
in the
great
state
job
of
on the glass,
Illinois
as you
with a
mentioned,
record of
20
31.
rebounds. And by the way, Whitney Young, the first West Side team from the west side of Chicago to win a state championship since Russell Cross and Manley back in 1980. The only other West Side team ever, Chicago Marshall, led by George Wilson and MC Thompson back in 58-60.
First, the principal Joyce Kenner. Athletic Director Susan Franklin. Head Coach George Stanton.
7 seniors on the Whitney Young Ball Club. All are going to 4-year colleges.
Assistant Coach
5 on
Cyrus
Division
McGinnis.
I basketball scholarships.
Wow.
And Dennis Gates named the Public League Academic
Assistant
Player
Coach
of the
Anthony
Year.
Spivey.
Telling you what, his phone will be ringing on Monday with offers from schools all over the USA.
I would think so.
Assistant Coach Billy Brown. Assistant Coach Mike Nadich. Scorekeeper Monique Spence.
You know, and Coach Stanton, Cap, who rarely cracked a smile during the course of the weekend,
Manager
has a
David
broad
Redfield.
smile on his face right now. He's grinning from ear to ear.
Manager.
Well, there was a lot of pressure
Taisha
on him.
Jackson.
He had the best team. I believe they are the best team in America, the national champions. In fact, they are the Basketball
here
News
are the
national
Dolphins.
champion by virtue of this victory. They are the
Cordell
#1
Henry.
team in the country in 1997-98 by Basketball News. USA Today is going to have them 1 or 2.
Dennis
A lot of
Gates.
pressure to come in with the best team, be that highly ranked all year long if you don't accomplish your
Quentin
mission.
Richardson. Corey Harris.
Last year they lost to a team that went on to be crowned national champion. And
Reginald Jones.
now they come down and win the title. And they've got the
Marquise
t-shirts
Wright.
already.
There you go. They had them printed. Quentin Richardson staying in Chicago to play his college basketball as part of that great DePaul recruiting class. And I think he is going to be someone the
Christopher
fans
Clemens.
of Chicago are going to fall in love with as he goes through his 4-year career.
Christopher Yates.
Now the players from the 2 teams exchanging embraces. You saw Christopher
Marcus
Clemens there.
Dickey.
Some of the reserves for
Lavelle
Whitney
Wilson.
Young.
And Najee.
You know
Nichols.
why Whitney Young's nickname is the Dolphins, right, Cap?
Now, I know you were up on the internet all night working on that. Tell us why.
Because a Dolphin is sleek, strong, and smart.
Congratulations to the Dolphins.
There you go.
First place.
Dave Hennett bringing you another nugget of information.
Well, call them sleek, strong, smart, call them champions, because that's what they are.
I guess orange is the color of choice in Peoria because Manuel, the last 4 years, wears orange, and it stays an orange champion with Whitney Young's Dolphins. Whitney Young is a magnet school for people that aren't familiar with it. You have to take entrance exams. It's a very high academic-oriented school. They have balanced, a beautiful balance between academics and athletics, taking it to the highest level. They are the champions. Look at George Stanton. I don't think I've seen him smile more than twice in the 15 years I've known him, and now he's got a big grin on his face.
His wife said today, now he's going to play golf, bowl again, take up some of those long-lost pursuits. We'll take a break. We'll come back with more from Carver Arena. Whitney Young wins the championship, 61-56. Let's take a look at our Pepsi play of the game in this AA championship contest.
You break pressure with a baseball pass. Joey Range got caught napping at half court. Quentin Richardson makes the touchdown catch and flushes it home.
And that is the exclamation mark in Whitney Young's championship run as they defeat Galesburg. And let's give some credit to Cap, to Galesburg, the Silver Streaks, ranked 3rd in the state. They came in here, did a great job, and they took the eventual champs right down to the wire.
They did. They had to be tired after a long, emotional battle with Maine. It was a very physical game. Whitney Young, as we said, cruised through their first 2 games. Really weren't headed. In fact, rested their starters a lot of the 4th quarter, the first 2 games. Galesburg did a whale of a job. Very well coached by Mike Miller. They will have another day. He will have another day. It was Whitney Young's turn to be champion.
Let's go to Eric Collins, who is standing by with number 34.
Yeah,
Eric?
thanks a lot, guys. Quentin Richardson, congratulations. Is it everything you thought it would be?
Most definitely. I don't even think it's set in on me enough right now. Right now, we just after the game, but I think it's really going to get me on the way home.
Can you talk about the first half? Looked like you were a little bit frustrated. Only had 4 points in the first half. They were playing really tough defense on you, but in the second half, great players step up, and you stepped up.
Coach told me to just hold on and just try and keep it, hang in there to the end and do what I could. So I just rebounded into the fourth quarter when I got a chance to score some points, and that's just what I had to do.
Can you talk about Dennis Gates? Dennis, a lot of people seem to overlook Dennis, but he came up huge today in the third quarter.
Dennis Gates, I mean, everybody overlooks him, but as everybody saw out there, he's just as good as anybody else out in the whole country. In the whole country, he's just as good as anybody else.
Can you talk about next year? I know you want to live in the moment right now, but the DePaul experience, from this to DePaul next year, can it continue?
We brought this trophy home to the city. We want to bring something else back.
Well, congratulations, Quentin Richardson. We're going to hold you to your word. That's Quentin Richardson, obviously a happy man. It's a thrill being down here. Guys, over to you.
Yes, it is, Eric. Great job tonight. And Cap, how long will it take Quentin Richardson to adapt to the college level?
Oh, I think about 30 seconds into his first game.
You were going to say.
He picked a program where they've been down. He's going to get a chance to step in and play right away. He plays hard. He's got what they call a motor. He always is working, and tonight he didn't make his jump shots early. He got inside, got the job done on the glass, still got his points, and I think he'll do that for DePaul. And I think he's going to be the Pied Piper. He brought some guys with him. I think more are going to want to say, I want to play with a guy like Quentin Richardson.
Well, the Whitney Young Dolphins wind up 30-1. It's been great being here in Peoria. We want to pass along our thanks to the Illinois High School Association, the city of Peoria, and of course our entire crew. It's been a wonderful experience, and especially for the Dolphins of Whitney Young. So for Eric Collins, David Kaplan, Ann Werner, our entire crew, this is Dave Eddett saying so long from Carver Arena, where the AA champion is Chicago Whitney Young with a 61-56 win over Galesburg. Coming up next is Fox Sports News. You've been watching IHSA basketball on Fox Sports Chicago, your home of Fox Sports Net.